We are back here on White Mountains today. We have Jack Steffen from Gorham Bike and Ski. Good morning to you, Jack. How are you?
Good morning, Kelly. I'm great. I hope you're well, too.
Oh, yeah. Loving this morning. A lot less windy, a lot less cold on the skin this morning. So I know a lot of more people are going to be out on the trails, but it's still the magnificent conditions have been drawing them out of their caves and onto Jackson Cross Country. And you guys are located, you have a shop right in the lodge at Jackson.
We do, yeah.
Now, you've been there for about 5 years. We were talking about that.
Right.
And what kind of gear do you carry?
Well, we carry Fisher. We're a Fisher concept store. At this time of the year, we brought in some other skis. We've got some Rossignol and Solomon, Atomic.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's a Fisher concept store. And we also carry tub snowshoes.
Great, and you're kind of snowshoed up today.
Yes.
And you brought in some really cool gear. I love snowshoeing, and for a lot of people, it gives them access to the outdoors. If they can't ski for whatever reason, snowshoes seem to fit that bill, but in and of itself, it's a great activity for folks.
It's a great opportunity to get outside in winter. If you're going to be up here in New England in winter, you might as well take advantage of getting outside. Jackson Ski Touring Foundation has a naturalist snowshoe tour that they offer, and I've gone on that the last couple of years. That is fun.
I heard it's quite entertaining.
Yeah, we have a couple of tour guides that really do a great job. Peter and Rob are outstanding. Some of the things that I found out while I was out there were really interesting. It really opened up my eyes to what was going around in the backcountry that I might not have really noticed before.
Okay, are we talking mostly animal stuff, or are you talking plants, tree stuff, or both?
Frankly, both of them.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little tidbit, a little nugget?
Well, I had, there was a series of tracks around, and to me it just looked like they were just going around in a circle, and Peter had mentioned, well, this is probably what was going on in the mind of the animal that made that. He pointed out what type of animal, and it really gave me an insight as to what's happening in that backcountry.
Because in the wintertime, it is great because there are stories that are told right in the snowpack, where in summer, fall, you can't really see that as much.
That's
so
right.
Snowshoes do give you access to that. And the technology for snowshoes has come so far. When I was selling snowshoes way back when, it was when the airplane aluminum first came out, and that was the hottest technology then. Now it's evolved.
It really has. We still have those
They work great.
old kind, and if you're out in the country and you're in an area that hasn't been tracked before, it gives you the maximum flotation. It's really a nice snowshoe to have.
Yeah, we have super long ones, and then we have a little bit shorter.
Right.
For this year, you need a little bit more flotation, so you're glad you have those. If you're more on trails, though, you kind of want to look at this model.
Absolutely. This Tubbs model is the Flex, and that's the basic design of it. We find that most people are on trails, so if not tracked over the last week, maybe 2 weeks ago it was tracked, so the depth of snow isn't quite as great. And oftentimes what we'll find out is that the terrain is uneven. This flexes, the whole snowshoe flexes in order to give you better control. In addition to that, it walks a lot better. If you look at some of the old aluminum snowshoes, what you find is the tail is upswept a little bit. Well, this one actually flexes. So walking in this one is a lot easier. If you look at the base, what you'll find out is there's a rail on either side, a curved rail. So side hilling is really easy with these. It really gives you a great footing.
So more contact with the snow, better grip, especially on those packed trails.
Absolutely. It's got features like...
what is that? Oh, is that for climbing?
For climbing, going uphill. That'll reduce the strain on your Achilles tendon as well as the lower leg.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So
they're getting so much closer to like the AT gear, you know, that people are using. That's really cool. But really the binding, when you brought it in, that caught my eye.
Yes.
Because I like stuff that you can do with your gloves on. I'm kind of wimpy, and so when it's snowy and cold, which Usually it is when you're snowshoeing.
You're right.
Tell me about this binding.
Well, this is a BOA system, and you're seeing this more and more on top-end equipment, whether it's bicycle
Turn that
shoes,
so the camera can, there you go.
bicycle shoes. I think they're starting to go into some of the golf shoes
Oh,
now.
really? With this sort of wired cable? Huh.
This is a coated cable. It's stainless steel. Lasts a long, long time. The nice thing about it is you don't have all the straps that you're messing
Right.
around with. This just pops up and you pull it open.
Huh.
You step in, press this down, dial it, and it just, and you can see in the back it's moving to capture your
Yep.
your boot, and it just
And you're not going
really
to be
is
slipping out
super
of that.
comfortable. It's
Yeah.
really easy. No
wonderful.
tails to get tangled up on.
I like that. Well, the problem is getting that tight fit.
Yes.
Because you don't want to drop your snowshoe
No,
when you're
not
out.
at
You
all.
post hole immediately, and especially with kids too. Now you have kids in the rental shop.
We do.
So people can get out with their kids today, rent
Yes.
them from the shop, and see if they like them. Because how do you size these snowshoes?
Well, with this, the flotation is not as big an issue as it's been in the past. Usually it's a matter of larger size for men,
Okay.
little smaller size for women. There are a couple of other minor changes to the women. It's usually waisted a little bit
Okay.
shorter in here, so it's a little easier to walk for a woman than a man.
Okay, perfect. And you guys have these for sale right in the shop.
We do.
Okay, wonderful. And do you demo these as well?
No, we don't demo them.
Okay.
Like I said, the rental shop has some snowshoes that you can use
Okay,
if
good.
you don't have them
And then
yourself.
you step it up to these.
And then come upstairs and talk to us about snowshoeing.
Well, you sold me on those. I love those. Now let's talk about the footwear, because a lot of people, they think, well, I'm just going to be snowshoeing. I'm going to wear my UGG boots.
Sure.
Not really appropriate.
Well, they'll work, but
For a while, those things soak up water.
do, yeah.
And you're sweating. I mean, snowshoeing, you can, depending on, your style, because if you're on
Right.
trails, you're taking it real easy, you don't sweat as much. But people are shocked how much they sweat in the wintertime. Because
Yep.
you have the layers on, you want to wear layers, take them off, but you do. So tell me about this boot, because I like the look of this boot,
Mm-hmm.
and it has some great features for snowshoeing.
well, Fisher, as long as they were doing the regular ski boots, decided they wanted to have a boot that their athletes could wear up on the podium after they won a championship. This is a great boot. We found out that it's perfect for snowshoeing on a number of accounts. First of all, it's an extremely warm, comfortable boot. Laces up inside. It's got this built-in gaiter up here to keep the snow out, and it's an adjustable gaiter. You have you can loosen this up
okay.
or tighten it up.
Depending on your calf size, because some people have different size calves, so it's a nice
absolutely,
option.
yeah, a lot more comfortable. It's got a Vibram sole, so you get
Beefy.
good contact there. There's enough buildup here that any strap or anything that's around the back doesn't fall off the boot. That's really important in any snowshoeing boot that you use.
Okay.
So this works out extremely well for it, and
Great.
And if you want to win the gold at the Olympics and go up on the podium, you can wear these boots.
Sign me up, Jack.
That sounds great.
Now, if I wear those boots, you're saying I win gold.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's how
Just
my mind
you,
works.
Kelly.
Right, yeah, in my mind, that's also true. But I like the structure of this boot, too, because you can really crank down, and it holds it firm for your foot, so you're not cranking on your foot. Like the UGG boots, you would crank it down, it's like right on your foot.
Right. It's a substantial boot, yet it's fairly light.
Oh, look at that, rising up. Excellent. Okay, so you have these in the shop.
We do.
For people to try on. Do you have men and women?
No, it's a unisex size.
Okay, great. So you can go and try these on. And how much do these approximately retail for? Do you know?
$99.99.
Perfect. Okay,
Yep.
that's good. Now, what's this harness type? What did you call it?
I call it a holster.
The holster, yes. So does this just
It's just easier to carry it around.
Great.
These snowshoes that we have shown also come with a big Velcro strap.
Oh, perfect.
But,
So easy in the back of the car, easy out, and off you go.
Yep. Any
Okay.
sharp corners are protected with that.
Great. Well, I'm ready. Oh, wait, we forgot the pole. I almost
pole.
forgot the pole. Poles are one of my favorite pieces of hiking gear in the summertime.
Sure.
And it's also super important in the wintertime. So tell me about the evolution of the pole.
Well, one of the things that we like about this particular pole is, first of all, Fisher has a real high-grade aluminum that they use. It's lightweight. The basket in this is really nice because
If we pull it this way just a little, yeah, there you go, they can see it.
they have some straps in here, so there's some real flexibility. Some of the less expensive ones just have a solid piece of plastic
Okay.
here. This swivels and matches the contour of the snow a little bit
Okay.
better. The other nice thing about this pole is how easy it is to adjust to different lengths.
Also super great combined with easy binding that you have this. I mean, when I wear mittens, you have to have something like that. You can't be the grip.
Exactly. The flat top allows you to take your palm and press down on the top without any discomfort.
Okay.
It's just a well thought out
In the light.
backcountry pole.
Now, Jack, let me put you on the spot. What is the proper way to put a strap on?
Okay.
Because I've seen different things. I know what I like, but I don't think I do it right.
It's always from the bottom up and then down like this.
Okay, so you're actually gripping the strap in your palm.
You are, yeah.
Okay.
And you can adjust the length of this so it's closer or further away. I would recommend that when you do that adjustment, you take into two accounts. You're going to be wearing gloves or mittens, so when you make that adjustment, make sure you're wearing your gloves or mittens. And the other thing is, the bottom of these are usually pretty sharp. So if you're going to adjust these and push down on the top of the pole, make sure you have a piece of wood or something so you don't put a hole in the carpet.
Oh, geez. Okay, or linoleum. All
That's
right.
it.
And Jack, one of my things that I saw, all this stuff that you're wearing, is this all available at the shop? Because you matched. Did you match that on purpose? Because you look spectacular. But a lot of the performance gear is important for snowshoeing as well as cross-country skiing.
You're absolutely right. We are a Swix and Fisher concept store. We have a lot of the Swix product line as far as clothing
I like
goes. Thanks. And yeah, I really, my wife gave this to me for Christmas, so I love
Wonderful.
this vest.
Well, you're in the perfect business for it. Now, Gorham Bike and Ski, you can find them right in the Jackson Lodge at Jackson Cross Country,
Yes.
up in Jackson. So, Jack, did we get everything that we needed to
I think we
talk
did.
about? Okay, so the poles, the shoes, the snowshoes, and the holster are all available at Gorham Bike and Ski. And what are your hours of operation?
We are open 9 to 5 daily. I wanted to point out that there are some tours coming up.
Yes.
There's a 1 o'clock tour today through the Jackson Ski Touring Foundation, and then Wednesday through Friday, 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock tour. No, just 10 o'clock
Okay,
tours.
so it changes. So go to jacksonxc.org. You can find those tours. And also, does Gorham Bike and Ski have their own website, or do they get filtered through the Jackson Cross Country?
Usually through the Jackson Ski
Okay,
Touring Foundation
so that's
website.
easy enough.
Yeah.
Jack, thank you so much. Great to see you again.
Thank you,
And I'll be
Kelly.
seeing you in the shop.
That sounds great.
All right, folks, we'll have more.